You handle things, pressure, setbacks, bad news. You absorb it and you keep moving. And people admire that about you. Your wife used to admire it too. So here's the question that I want you to sit with. If you are this strong, this steady, and this dependable, why does she keep telling you that she feels alone in this marriage when you're standing right there? By the end of this, I'm going to name the cost of being a man who never cracks. And it's not the cost that you would guess. It's not the burnout and it's not the exhaustion. It's something quieter. And once you see it, you're not going to be able to unsee it. So stay with me. Let me describe you. When something goes wrong, you don't spiral. You assess, you decide, and you act. If there's bad news at work, you carry it home without a word so the family doesn't have to worry. If a crisis hits, you're the calm one in the room. You've spent your whole life being the person that other people lean on, and it's worked. People trust you and rely on you, but somewhere in your marriage, the woman who used to feel safe with that strength now feels like she's on the outside of it. She says she doesn't know what's going on with you, and she says she feels alone. This is something you can't understand because you've honestly never stopped showing up. So here's the short version, and I'll show you why it's so hard to see from the inside. To stay this steady, you built a wall. It's not something that you did on purpose, and probably it's something that you did a long time ago. That wall, it keeps out the fear, the sense of overwhelm, grief, anything that would knock other people off balance. And it works. But here's the part that nobody told you. That wall, it's not selective. You can't just numb the hard feelings and stay fully open to the good ones. That same wall that keeps the pain out keeps her out. She's still on the other side of the exact thing that makes you strong. For most men, this wall was not a choice. It was something that was built early, and it was built for good reasons. I mean, maybe you learned that falling apart wasn't safe. Maybe nobody was there to catch you, so you learned to catch yourself. And maybe being the strong one was the only role available to you. So you took it and you got really good at it. That is not a weakness, and it's not a flaw. What it is an adaptation that kept you functional. The problem is that the thing that protected you when you were younger is now standing between you and the person that you most want to be close to. Now, here's the part that actually matters, and I'm going to ask you to stay with me here because in a second, I'm going to tell you what your wife experiences on the other side of that wall. And it's almost the opposite of what you intend. But first, you have to understand what the wall feels like from your side, because to you, it doesn't feel like a wall at all. From the inside, the wall feels like being fine. Someone asks how you are, you say good, and you're not lying because you genuinely cannot feel much underneath. You've gotten so good at not letting things in that you've lost some access to what's actually going on in you. This is what I call the emotional fog. It's not that you're cold or that you don't care. It's that the volume got turned down on these emotions so low for so long that even you can't always read it. So when your wife asks what you're feeling and you say nothing or I don't know, you're often telling the truth, and that's exactly what she runs into. Here's what she experiences. She reaches for you and she hits that wall, that fog. She asks what's wrong and gets nothing. She tries to share with you something that's hard and you jump in to fix it instead of being with her in it. Over time, she winds up just not reaching anymore because reaching for someone who'll not let you in is exhausting. From the outside, your strength looks like a closed door. She doesn't need you to be strong for her. She needs to be let in. And that's the thing to sit with. Resilience kept you standing through everything life threw at you. It also quietly put her on the other side of the glass. She can see you, but she can't reach you. And this is why it becomes a cycle. Something hard happens and you handle it alone because that's what you do. She feels shut out because whether you intended to or not, she was. So she winds up pulling back a little. You wind up feeling her pull back and you read it as her being distant. So you close up a little bit more to protect yourself. And around it goes. The more you hold on, the more alone she feels. And the more alone she feels, the less she reaches, which leaves you holding even more. Neither one of you is necessarily doing anything wrong. It's just not something that helps you build the connection that both of you want in the marriage. That strength, that wall leaves her with nowhere to enter. So let me name that cost I promised you at the start. The cost of being the man who never cracks is not that you break, it's that you become unreachable. The people who love you end up loving an outline of you because the real thing is behind the wall. And the fix to this is not to fall apart. You don't have to become a different man or break down all the time. You just have to let her in small ways, on purpose. It looks like this. You name one real thing you're carrying before you have it solved. Let it be unfinished. Because the point is not the fix. The point is that she got to see it. And you stay a beat longer instead of rushing to reassure her that you're fine. That's it. Small openings. Repeated over time, they let her back in more than any moment of being strong ever could. So here's your one thing this week. You don't have to have a big conversation. Just tell her one true thing that you're carrying before you have it figured out. Just one sentence. Let her see it. That's the whole assignment this week. Now, if you want to understand how this pattern, the emotional fog, is actually operating in your marriage and what else might be feeding the distance, I built a short private assessment called the Disconnection Audit. It's free, it takes just about 5 minutes, and the link is below. I'm Melissa, and I'll talk to you soon.